And now at noon, legislative leaders are meeting today to talk about how to address a rise in juvenile crimes. Calls for action are growing as crimes continue to go up, especially car thefts. One theft last week ended when a 17-year-old struck and killed a pedestrian. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Mike Savino is now live right at the state capitol with the very latest. Mike?
Well, Nicole, as you mentioned, House Speaker Matt Ritter and Minority Leader Vincent Candelora are about to meet here at the Capitol to discuss this issue and see if they can reach some sort of bipartisan compromise. But Republicans before that meeting tried to up the pressure. They had a press conference here and signed a petition to try to get the legislature into a special session this summer. Now, they are saying that there's an immediate need for action on this issue because of not only the rise in crimes, but some of the incidents recently. You mentioned the incident in New Britain, where a 17-year-old crashed and struck and killed a pedestrian. There was also an incident last week in Glastonbury where a woman confronted two teenagers as they were trying to steal a car. She says they then fired at her while she was at her home. At today's press conference, Republicans were joined by police chiefs who blame this rise and this problem on a juvenile justice system that they say is too lenient. They want to see harsher penalties on juveniles who are repeat offenders.
Because the state of Connecticut are now training our juveniles to become lifelong criminals, as opposed to putting meaningful programs in place to make sure the recidivism doesn't occur.
When is at some point the people in this building, not the legislator standing behind me, going to wake up and say something has to change because people are dying? This isn't just these petty crimes anymore. The current system is failing.
Now, Republicans are going to need some Democratic support for that petition if they are going to get a special session. They need a majority from each chamber, and some Democrats have remained reluctant to agree to harsher penalties. They say that the solution is actually more funding for support programs for families and intervention and rehabilitation for juvenile offenders to get them to no longer cause trouble. We'll have more on the meeting coming up on Eyewitness News this evening. For now, live from the Capitol, Mike Savino, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.